MMORPGs, or MMORPGs as I like to call them, are types of games that require a lot of dedication to because they require you to be involved with a virtual world along with other players who are involved in this virtual world. Fan games are usually games with low quality and are based on nerd love for the game, nerd fantasies, or nerd belief that their untalented luck can create a better game than the big gaming company. Twilight Soul hopes to combine those two into an awesome pie. The game is set in the Kingdom Hearts universe, a universe set in several other universes, mainly Disney. The game is in an open beta form, allowing anyone to join, try out the game, and to help find problems in the game. Now, if they'll listen to you, that kinda depends. When the game starts, you can currently choose from two classes. Either the Key Mage, who can use Magic Missile if it was in the game, or the Keybladers, who can use the Sword of Pain, also if it was in the game. If you don't understand that, it's the classic question of, do you want magical abilities, or to rely on your own physical strength? And there's no other option to select, which is kinda limited. However, as this is beta, I'm hopeful that some new ones will be added soon, or at least when the game is released. The game is set in a 2D form, similar to those old school games, and does have an action-based battle system. Just don't expect it to feel as fluid as those in Kingdom Hearts, and it does take some time to get used to the magic system. The worlds are, for the most part, done well enough to represent the way it was in either Kingdom Hearts or the original source. However, in some worlds, locations are out of place, such as the Spiral Hill in Halloween Town, or don't exist at all, but the latter is kind of expected in a beta. Right now, there are 9 available worlds to visit of the total 15 that seem to be available in the future, with each having a varying amount of completion. Some completely mapped out, but have no enemies. Some are not completely mapped out, but have enemies in all those areas. And one has Zolden ready to pwn you like a noob. Battles are frequent on each world, except 2, and there's a nice feel of level progression with your enemies, with them giving appropriate experience and being an appropriate challenge. At least the latter is true for when you start, but when you start getting around level 7 or so, there are only weak enemies you can kill in a few hits and give little experience, or strong enemies which can kill you in a couple of hits and still give you little experience. After a while, it takes hundreds of battles to even level up, which is both boring and takes forever. However, I've been told that this is just a way to keep levels low in the beta, which it better be. Like other MMORPGs out there, one can create and join guilds, which there are 2 currently. The more easily omnipresent one is Organization 16. Yeah, an obvious clone of Organization 13. Right now, it is unknown if other guilds out there will get fringe benefits such as Organization 16, but we do know that you'll be able to get special bases for in-game currency whenever you create a guild. Currently, there is no existence of any type of story, missions, or any type of quests at all. So after a few hundred battles with weak Heartless, there's really nothing to do, which doesn't help the boredom. Unless you're the type who gets off on grinding levels. But there's some problems, besides the one I mentioned earlier, that do need to be addressed. There is a problem that some enemies can still damage you even though you're out of the enemy's range, which can be the cause of several annoying deaths. Then there's the problem of certain graphics being out of place, HP bars appearing in levels when no one is around, including enemies and players, and doors not facing the most appropriate direction always. And don't get me started on having to use keys of beginnings and such to open doors, and especially when the door locks when you leave the area. The game has potential to be a good game that even non-Kingdom Hearts fans should consider playing. That is, if they can fix the problems. Otherwise, well, it might be in the pile of other fan games out there.